So I'm going out drinking a couple of weeks ago with my black friend Q, and I don't know if you know this, but when a white guy goes out drinking with a black guy, shit happens. I don't even know what happened after the third beer. I just kind of, I woke up sore. That's all I know. But I felt very confident with Q because I've seen him in Star Trek, and that guy's fucking omnipotent. That's a Next Generation reference. Some of you might be TOS people. That's okay. That's okay. We can work around that. That's good. All right. It's also funny hearing people come up here going like, "Yeah, it's my first time at Camp Bar. I'm so hetero, I couldn't find it, and I don't know where it is." I've actually been here before. I've performed here before. This stage has shows going on it. And first play I did here was a play called Deer Camp. Wasn't called Deer Camp because the bar is called Camp. Actually, we were running it at another theater in downtown St. Paul here about guys going deer hunting. And they never catch anything. It's just an excuse for them to go up north together and drink. And so we had to close at the theater we were at because another show was coming in, but they were still selling tickets. And I don't know if you know this, but the first rule of theater is if you're still fucking selling tickets, you fucking do that show. Until nobody fucking buys tickets anymore, and then you do it for like 2 more months and then you're done. So we moved it here and to Camp Bar. And I remember thinking, you know, we got a kind of conservative crowd for Deer Camp. We get hunters. I mean, like real honest to goodness, like fucking, I love Toby Keith hunters with guns and their buddies and their wives, and they come here and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it was not a problem. We ran the show here for a couple months, and first night I'm here, first night doing the show, and I'm in my camo or whatever the fuck it was I wore, denim and camo, and we're seating people because that's what you do in cheap theaters is you get the actors to seat people, and then you get them to stand out and talk to people on the way out, so they have to pretend they liked it, and so I'm walking this couple, 4 people, 2 couples to their seat, and the guy comes in, we're back, we got our programs, we're getting ready to come back here and start the show. Guy comes up to me and he's like, can I ask you something? I'm like, yeah. He said, what kind of bar is this? I said, well, sir, back here, you're in the theater. There's a theater, we got our own theater. But the bar you came through to get here, that's a gay bar. And he was like, yeah, I thought so. And he goes back and he sits down. I'm like, oh, that was close. Because how could you not know? There's fucking Liza Minnelli as Christ in there for crying out loud. And how can you I wonder what that means? I don't, So we do the show and we go and I'm like, where's that guy with his friend? They don't leave by the back door. Well, they leave by that door. That door that leads to the skeevy alleyway and parking. There's a lot more gay shit going on out there than there is going on out there. But they didn't want to go through that bar again. And I thought that was hilarious. But the stage manager and the house manager run up to me after the show and they're like, we heard what you said to that guy. And I said, yeah, I told him it was a gay bar, because it is. Camp Bar. Their tagline, I don't know if it still is, their tagline used to be a good place to pitch a tent. They're pretty upfront about the fuck they're serving here. And it's fine, whatever, I don't care. The booze is good, the music's good, they fucking know how to party, I love this place. Anyway, so they come up to me and they're like, don't tell people it's a gay bar. I'm like, well, what do you want me to tell them? And they said, tell them it's a neighborhood bar that's gay friendly. And I'm like, you're not going to believe me, but okay. And I didn't want to say it. And luckily, it never happened again. Nobody asked me during the rest of the run. And then I've done other shows here. Did a roast of Ebenezer Scrooge, like a comedy roast. And then, God, what else? I've done some other shit here. I don't even remember. But no one has asked me yet. And I want them to because I have a compromise answer. I have a compromise answer. If someone asks me, hey, what kind of bar is that? I want to say, it's a neighborhood bar. But the neighborhood is gay. I'm really happy that there's excuse, can I just call you Matthew just to keep it clear in my head?
Go ahead.
White Matthew, is that still okay? All right, good. And so me being, doing this on a Monday night here, dark room, string lights, music.
Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli. Yeah, it all fits. I'm not from Minnesota originally. I'm from Philadelphia. I moved here 20 winters ago. Actually, 22, because I'm fucking counting this winter twice. God damn it, I am.
Yes.
And first week I was here, I moved over to Minneapolis. Because when you think Twin Cities, it's Minneapolis, St. Paul. So I was in Minneapolis, first week there, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm at a bus stop outside of Liquor Lyle's at Hennepin and Franklin. Yes. Because I lived right by there. That's where I live, right around the corner from there. Because what the fuck did I know? And I'm sitting there, I'm going to my temp job, and I turn to this woman, because I didn't know where anything was. And I say, excuse me, does the 9 bus stop here? And it'll take me into downtown Minneapolis, right? And she goes, she's really, really chipper for 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. And it was April, so it was still cold. And she's like, yeah, you knew? And I went, yeah, I just moved here. And she said, you should have moved to St. Paul. And my first thought, what I should have said to her, to fucking cut her, nip it in the bud, I should have just said, how do you know I didn't? But I didn't. Because it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm an idiot, and I go, yeah, well, I didn't know, just moved here, wanted to be someplace that's close to everything. So we're right over here, between uptown and downtown. And she's like, St. Paul's close to everything. And I'm just like, yeah, it's close to Minneapolis, if that's what you mean. But I was like, well, I didn't know. Didn't know St. Paul at all. So we're right over here, right by the Sebastian Joe's. So I'm kind of happy about that. And we're right by, the chain of lakes, right by the lake. So I want to be close to the lake, and we're right over here. And she's like, St. Paul has lakes? I shit you not. Everything I say, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm not really thinking. And I just like, that's nice. And in my head, I'm going, fuck St. Paul. I really am, because it's like, if this is what St. Paul people are like, fuck St. Paul. Fast forward a couple of years later, I meet a girl, and we fall in love, and we're going to move in. Well, we fall in lust first, and we're going to move in together. And I live over by, and the woman I moved here with a woman because I'm an idiot. She moved out. We broke up, and she moved away, and I fucking stayed. Because again, I'm a fucking idiot. And I love winter. And I meet a girl, and she's from Bemidji, Minnesota. And I'm from Philly. It's a mixed marriage. We're making it work. And I live over by Stevens Square in Minneapolis. I have a Nicollet there. And she lives in St. Paul. We're both working together at Dudley Riggs. And we were there fucking 10, 15 hours a day. So it was like, why are we paying 2 rents? We're spending most of our time at the theater. Let's move in together. And she's like, okay, but I won't leave St. Paul. And I'm like, fuck St. Paul. But I'm a pussy, so I move over to St. Paul with her. This is like, well, we've been married fucking 16 years now. I moved here about 18 years ago. And I love St. Paul. I really do. But if I'm at a bus stop with someone from Minneapolis, I fucking keep it to myself. All right, I don't even know how much time I have. I don't know, did anybody here drink coffee? Drink coffee to wake up in the morning? You guys drink coffee? I'm not a coffee drinker. Yeah, I wish I would. I would have had a better response to that woman at the bus stop. Can you keep your coffee? I don't know, anybody splash cold water in their face to wake up in the morning? People do that? Yeah, I used to do that. But nothing wakes me up better. Nothing wakes me up better than stepping in some cat vomit when I first get up. That gets me going. That's like a double shot espresso. And people are like, oh, well, I hear it, working up in the middle of the night. I get up to clean. I'm like, fuck it, I sleep. So, I don't know, Hillary Clinton is running for president, at least she's starting. And Matthew, are you getting up for me? Okay, I gotta finish up. Hillary Clinton, and I donated to her campaign, but I did it accidentally. Because I thought I was donating, I was ready for hilarity. And all right, so let me finish up with something here. I have no idea what I'm going to finish up in here. Oh yeah, okay. Finish up with this. I really have really bad handwriting, really bad. I mean, it's terrible, and it actually came out to bite me in the ass because I gave my wife a list of what I wanted for Christmas, and I got PJs. So work on your fucking penmanship, guys.